Welcome everyone to our YouTube channel. My name is Lev. I'm the co-founder of the Elements Group here in the Riviera Maya. And the reason for the video today is we're going to talk about everything Tulum and everything Riviera Maya. We're going to show you guys what our brokerage is all about. We're going to talk about why visiting Tulum. We're going to talk about infrastructure in Tulum. We're going to also talk about the investing process in Tulum so that you can ask us as many questions as you have when it comes to buying here. The idea is we created this brokerage because we felt that there was a disconnect between our North American investors and the local real estate companies. Not saying that they're not good or that they're not performing, but when it comes to a language barrier, when it comes to the process, and when it comes to the efficiency of buying property in the area, you deserve a team that knows exactly what's going on the ground and can relay all the messages back to you, back home. So a little bit about myself. My name is Lev. I was born in Russia. We moved to Canada when I was a wee baby of 5 years old. I grew up in Montreal in my high school years, and then I moved to Vancouver, British Columbia for my college years. I'm not gonna lie, the cold and the rain, not for this guy. So in 2013, I came to Mexico and I fell in love with the place. Instantly, I knew that I wanted to move here. Why? Cost of living, weather, people, food, opportunities, and everything in between. Now, the reason why everyone is flocking to the area is because Tulum has become a forefront runner on the world stage for travelers, tourists, visitors, investors, and everything in between. We have been ranked number 4 on the Forbes list recently after Spain, Greece, and Egypt as the most demanded and requested city in the world. Now that says something. Why is Tulum so popular? Well, for a multitude of reasons. Number 1, you have the most beautiful sandy white beaches. These beaches are always going to be protected because they're government and federal protected, with little boutique hotels, little boutique shops all along the coastline. So all of the real estate is now behind there, and that's where you should be asking us to buy. Number 2, you also have the ruins, the archaeological ruins. So you have the Mayan ruins of Tulum, which are overlooking the Caribbean Ocean. You have Coba ruins, which you can actually walk up to the pyramid yourself. Make sure you wear runners. And then you also have Chichen Itza, massive archaeological site. World-renowned, a big energy. People go there and spend the entire day just to see those ruins from thousands of years ago. On top of all of that, there's also cenotes. What is a cenote, you ask? A cenote is an underwater cave, natural underwater cave. You can swim in it, you can scuba dive in them, you can just go and get your feet eaten by the little fishes where they eat the dead skin. So cenotes are a huge popular attraction for tourists. There's places like Grand Cenote, Cenote Calavera. Explore, you have Xcaret, you have Senses, and thousands of other ones that are still undiscovered. People come here not just for the beaches, but also for all of the attractions surrounding Tulum. Why else Tulum? Tulum is still growing. It's a very underdeveloped city when it comes to infrastructure. So everything is very lush, everything is very green. You have jungles, you have meditation retreats, you also have yoga retreats, cacao ceremonies. And last but not least, why Tulum? Well, in Tulum, the hotel zone is where all the parties at. You have an ultra luxury nightlife in the hotel zone. Now, why else Tulum, you ask? Well, let me tell you. The Mexican government has realized that there is a massive influx of people coming. So, what did they do? Spend some money on infrastructure. The biggest outlet mall is going to be built close to Cancun. It's going to have the longest go-kart track in the world. It's also going to have an indoor ice skating rink. You heard that right, indoor ice skating rink in Mexico. A 75-person auditorium and many shops and restaurants. You also have the first Tulum International Airport that's going to get built in 2023. That airport is pretty important. It's going to bring anywhere between 5 to 9 million people per year in the area. The Mexican government has recently reached an agreement with the F1 Grand Prix. That is going to bring in a lot of people as well. You're going to have the Tren Maya, which is the Mayan train. That's going to connect the western part of Mexico through a train system. And that's going to bring in another 3 to 5 million people. So now an extra 10 million people are going to be coming to the area. Those people are all going to need a place to sleep. And you, as an investor here, can provide that. Now, the returns here, are they going to make you a millionaire overnight? Probably not. But what they're going to do is generate anywhere between $1,000 to $15,000 per month net. What can that do for you? It can pay bills. It can set up a positive cash flow. It could help you during a recession, multitude of things. Currently, the Cancun airport brings in 18 million people per year. So just do the math of how many more units we will need in the area to accommodate 10 million people. So it's important to know that if you can't buy property on the ocean, where do you buy property in Tulum? Well, since the hotel zone is regulated and federally protected, all of the real estate is now behind the hotel zone. There's many different neighborhoods called Aldea Zama, Tulum 101, Selva Zama, Region 15, and many others. Why are people buying real estate in Tulum? Multitude of reasons. Number one, low entry cost. You can get a 2-bedroom anywhere between $200,000 and $300,000. That 2-bedroom can generate anywhere between $30,000 and $60,000 per year. Another reason why people are buying in Tulum is because Airbnb is exploding here right now. The hotel zone costs a lot of money. One hotel room is close to about $2,000 a night, all the way up to $5,000 a night. The majority of people that come here don't want to pay that kind of money. But Airbnb is perfect, which is why developers are building lots of property here. A lot of people say, well, Lev, it seems like there's a lot of development, and that is true. But it's still not enough if you think about 18 million people coming to Cancun and then another 10 million people that are going to start coming to Tulum. Now, buying real estate is a daunting process, especially in a foreign country. Us at the Elements Group, what we do is we make that process easy. We get you in touch with property management companies, we get you in touch with real estate attorneys, we get you in touch with interior designers to make your property pop, and many other things. So, all in all, is Tulum a good investment right now if you want to make a positive cash flow? And if you want to hold a property for 5 to 10 years? Absolutely. Is Tulum a bad investment if you want to buy something and flip it within 2 years? Yes. That is not the market here. The market here is designed for positive cash flow and appreciation. The reason being is there's lots of developers starting lots of different projects. And if they're starting projects, the cost of entry is lower than the resale cost. So that's something to consider. But if you're the type of investor that wants to buy a property for positive cash flow, if you want to buy a property for a second home, or if you want to buy a property to retire and move to, then Tulum is definitely for you. You may have a lot of questions, and that's totally fine. So what I want you to do is reach out to us at the Elements Group, and let's get started. Ready? А где начинать? Про меня? Да? Okay. Еще раз. We have a tweet. Блядь. Okay. Come on, Lev. On the hotel zone. Да. Oh. Еще раз. Okay, let's do it. Now, the reason behind this video is... No, it's another video. What are those? Theme parks that use the and a lot of people say, Lev, well, doesn't it make sense? We found that there was a disconnect between the current real estate LA, or you're from yeah, can you give me a salmon piece? We want you to enjoy your property, rent it out. Okay. Застрял.